Butts County Sheriff Gary Long is promising more arrests in the disturbing case of a 14-year-old girl investigators say was lured from her home for the purposes of human trafficking. 2 men have already been charged in the case. Fox 5's Doug Evans has more on the story.
On November 12, 2024, a disturbing case out of Georgia shocked residents as a 33-year-old man was arrested on multiple serious charges, including child sex trafficking. The man, identified as Dylan Jatton, is facing numerous allegations involving child sexual exploitation and other criminal acts, which have prompted swift action from local law enforcement. The investigation began when law enforcement in Georgia received intelligence that led them to Jatton's residence. Early in the morning on Thursday, deputies from Butts County and Fayette County executed a search warrant at his home. Due to the serious nature of the suspected crimes, the Fayette County SWAT team was deployed to ensure a safe and secure entry. Butts County Sheriff Gary Long later commented on the operation, saying, "We utilized the Fayette County SWAT team to ensure he could hear us knocking," highlighting the cautious approach taken in response to the gravity of the allegations. Upon searching Jatton's home, authorities reportedly found evidence that resulted in an extensive list of charges. Jatton has been charged with multiple offenses, including 1. 2 counts of trafficking a child for sexual servitude. This charge implies that Jatton is accused of involving a minor in exploitative acts intended for financial gain or other personal benefits. 2 counts of child molestation. These charges indicate alleged inappropriate physical contact with a minor. 3. 2 counts of aggravated child molestation. Aggravated molestation suggests actions that are considered more severe due to the use of force or threats. 4. 2 counts of sodomy. This charge typically involves non-consensual or exploitative acts. 5. Obscene internet contact with a minor. Authorities believe that Jatton may have engaged in explicit online communication with a minor. 6. 2 counts of enticing a child for indecent purposes. This charge involves efforts to lure or entice a minor into inappropriate situations. 7. 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. This indicates that Jatton allegedly engaged in or encouraged illegal activities involving a minor. Beyond these charges, investigators also discovered several firearms at Jatton's home. Additional charges are expected to be filed against him in Fayette County for firearm possession, as Jatton is a convicted felon, making it illegal for him to possess guns. He is currently being held at the Butts County Jail, awaiting further court proceedings. This case highlights the coordinated efforts between multiple law enforcement agencies to address a serious crime. The Butts County and Fayette County Sheriff's Departments worked closely to gather evidence, secure the necessary warrants, and make the arrest, with the SWAT team providing support to mitigate any potential risks. The Sheriff's Statement. Following Jatton's arrest, Butts County Sheriff Gary Long made a public statement underscoring his commitment to pursuing justice for the victims. In his statement, Sheriff Long expressed both determination and frustration over the prevalence of such crimes, emphasizing his resolve to bring those involved in child exploitation to justice. He notably directed his message toward others potentially involved in similar acts, warning that law enforcement is actively pursuing offenders and will not stop until justice is served. Sheriff Long's message reflects the anger and disappointment felt by both law enforcement and the local community. His statements were pointed, promising continued efforts to hold accountable anyone involved in crimes against children. A pattern of child exploitation cases. This case is the latest in a troubling trend of child exploitation and trafficking cases across the United States. Law enforcement agencies, advocacy groups, and policymakers have increased their efforts to combat this crisis. Despite stricter laws and improved technology, the trafficking and exploitation of minors remains a significant concern, with traffickers and abusers using online platforms to target and communicate with vulnerable children. The prevalence of such cases emphasizes the need for continued public awareness, parental vigilance, and comprehensive support for law enforcement. Organizations like the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and the FBI's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force work tirelessly to uncover and prevent such cases. They emphasize the role of education and community involvement in detecting and reporting suspicious behavior that may signal trafficking or exploitation. The role of technology and online safety. One of the charges against Jatan includes obscene internet contact with a minor, a charge that highlights how predators are increasingly using digital platforms to groom or communicate with potential victims. As technology evolves, so do the methods used by offenders, with apps, online games, and social media providing new avenues for exploitation. For many parents and guardians, this case serves as a sobering reminder of the risks associated with unmonitored internet use. Experts recommend that parents stay informed about the apps their children use, engage in open conversations about online safety, and utilize parental controls where possible. Increased online education can empower young users to recognize suspicious behavior and protect themselves from potential threats. What's next for the community and legal system? The arrest of Dylan Jatan represents a critical step in seeking justice, but the legal proceedings are far from over. As the investigation continues, Jatan is expected to face additional charges related to his firearms possession. Legal experts anticipate that the prosecution will rely on evidence collected during the search to strengthen their case against him. Meanwhile, the community grapples with the emotional aftermath of the case. For local residents, the presence of such alleged crimes within their neighborhood is a difficult reality to accept. The news has sparked conversations around community safety, prompting many to reconsider the importance of vigilance and involvement in crime prevention. The case against Jatan may also prompt further legislative discussions around child trafficking laws, penalties, and preventative measures in Georgia. In recent years, states across the U.S. have moved to increase penalties for child exploitation and trafficking. Advocates argue that harsher sentences could serve as a deterrent, while others stress the importance of rehabilitation programs for offenders and support for survivors. How the public can help combat child exploitation. As this case continues to unfold, public awareness remains crucial in combating child trafficking and exploitation. Community members can play a vital role by remaining vigilant and reporting any suspicious activity they observe. Recognizing the warning signs of trafficking and abuse, such as sudden behavioral changes, secretive phone use, or evidence of manipulation by adults, can potentially save lives. Law enforcement agencies encourage individuals to report suspicious behavior to authorities, who can then investigate and act accordingly. Many agencies also offer anonymous tip lines and other resources to ensure the safety and confidentiality of those who come forward with information. Additionally, there are numerous nonprofit organizations dedicated to supporting survivors, raising awareness, and providing resources for families and communities. Moving forward, healing and support for survivors. The emotional toll of child trafficking cases on survivors, their families, and the community is immense. Beyond legal justice, survivors of trafficking and exploitation often require long-term support, including counseling, medical care, and social services. Organizations that focus on survivor care are essential in helping victims recover from their trauma and rebuild their lives. In the wake of this case, community organizations and advocacy groups are likely to increase their outreach efforts, providing educational resources and support networks for families. The Butts County Sheriff's Office has also emphasized its commitment to protecting children and supporting those affected by exploitation. Sheriff Long's statement reinforces the importance of creating a safe environment for children and highlights the dedication of law enforcement to this goal. The arrest of Dylan Jatan has brought attention to the ongoing issue of child exploitation and trafficking in communities across the nation. As Jatan faces his charges, the public is reminded of the critical need to protect vulnerable children and to remain vigilant against potential threats. Law enforcement's commitment to this case, combined with community awareness and support for survivors, serves as a powerful response to the darkness of such crimes. Thank you for watching. This case is a sobering reminder of the need for vigilance and the ongoing fight against child exploitation. If you found this story important, please like, comment, and share to help raise awareness. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates and coverage on stories that matter. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, together we can make a difference.